Details later.
BBC Radio 2.
Meanwhile, let's talk about counterfeit mattresses. Imagine you're snuggling down in bed at night and you then just discover that the mattress which you bought online or from a man with a van, you thought it was brand new, had actually been lying in a rubbish skip not too long before. Hundreds, maybe thousands of counterfeit mattresses are being sold every week, according to the National Bed Federation, which says it's a real problem. Some of them are nothing more than dirty old used mattresses which have been put in a new cover. A new mattress, of course, can cost hundreds of pounds. It's no wonder people are trying to save money, and the fraudsters are taking advantage of that, luring many of their customers in with the offer of a bargain. Maybe you've been caught out. Maybe you bought a mattress and for whatever reason you had a look inside or you suspected it was dodgy, and it was. 0500 288 291. Email vine@bbc.co.uk. We'd love your stories on this. Let's speak first to Jessica Alexander, Executive Director of the National Bed Federation, who's in our studio in Leeds. And I know this is a really big issue for you, Jessica.
Yes, it's been of a great concern to us for some time, Jeremy. When we started to hear stories about fraudsters selling mattresses off the back of the vans, and in, as you say, worst case scenarios, finding out that some people are actually recovering complete old mattresses and then selling them on as new. Hopefully that's the worst case scenario. But people are being deceived into buying products that simply aren't what they say they are, even if they're not as bad as that.
And one of the worries with that is that they haven't got the flame retardant level of protection. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. We have very strict fire safety regulations in this country to protect people. And one of the easiest ways fraudsters can cut corners is by simply not carrying out the relevant tests and certification that they need. And that's why at the Bed Federation, we have ensured that all our members do comply to a code of practice and are audited by us to make sure they do meet these fire safety regulations, use clean fillings, which is another issue, and are basically honest about what's in their products.
So they could conceivably go down to the local dump and get a mattress which is just the skeleton with the filling, haul it out, put a new cover on and sell it as new.
Yeah, one of the things we've been discovering is that as an unintended consequence of what is a good thing, which is recycling of old mattresses, that some of the fraudsters are, for instance, getting hold of old spring units, which still have fillings attached to them, and then just putting new fillings and covers on those and selling them as new. Nothing wrong in principle with using an old spring unit if it's in fairly good condition, but at the very least, the consumer should know that that's the case.
And I suppose worst case, either the filling has got lice in it or bed bugs or whatever, or the springs just after a week collapse on you.
Oh, well, that's it. You don't know how long they're going to last because if you don't know that they're not new, that's a problem. And obviously, if you're using an old mattress, then all sorts of things will have entered into the fillings over a period of time of usage. And if they're not being cleaned properly, and there are ways to clean fillings so that it is possible to reuse them, then that's a worry. And of course, the consumer has no way of knowing this. They have to trust what they buy, which is why it's so important that, we say to people, do buy from reputable sources and responsible manufacturers and retailers.
Sorry to interrupt. Is any reputable source being caught selling reconditioned mattresses, or is this all men with vans?
It mostly is happening either on the websites where there are hundreds and hundreds of people selling mattresses, and also we're hearing from all around the country reports of vans going around. Some of them are even posing as reputable retailers and manufacturers and selling products. Things to look out for are obviously, we would say to people, don't buy off the back of a van, but look out for products that are being sold as a fraction of their stated price. We're seeing a lot of labels with recommended retail prices on them of, say, £1,500 for a double bed, and they're being offered at maybe £150, and that's not going to be a bargain. At best, you're going to get a bed that was possibly worth £150 in the first place.
It's difficult, I guess, apart from the suspicious price, it's difficult to actually slit the thing open and have a look. You wouldn't want to do that. So I wonder how do you know?
Well, this is the problem, because you know, a mattress is something that you can't take apart without destroying it. So you don't know. You have to trust the source. And that's why we're saying to people, be very careful where and what you buy, and make sure you do buy from reputable sources, like, for instance, the National Bed Federation manufacturer, and from reputable retailers or websites that are, you know, obviously genuine. Check them out carefully before being lured into the attraction of what seems like a great bargain.
OK, we have someone on the line, Jessica Jessica. Brian Graham is in Philadelphia in Tyne and Wear. Hi, Brian.
Hello.
And you had a guy turn up at your workplace in a van.
Yes, he turned up in a unmarked white Ford Transit.
And what did he have in it?
He opened the back and he had 10 brand new mattresses with plastic coating on them. And I heard something rustling in the back of the van and there was a rat in there. And I couldn't believe my eyes. I was so shocked. And then the next thing I know, I looked at the mattress and there was a hole in it. And inside the hole was newspaper.
And what did he call these mattresses? Did they have a special name?
The Welsh Prankster on Facebook and YouTube. All right, you boys.
Service you called has cleared.
I think he was putting on a voice there. There was a rat in the... No. Angela emails, I was stopped by a man in a white van whilst walking with my grandson. He asked if I wanted to buy an ex-hotel mattress. I declined, of course. Mattresses are also being sold from a barn in our lane. Imagine that with all the rats and mice. The funny thing about the first guy, although I think he was having a joke, was that he actually told a story that's perfectly believable, Jessica. Is that right?
He did, although finding rats in the van and holes in the mattress with stuffed with newspaper are a little extreme.
Doesn't
They're
sound
much
right.
cleverer than that. They do look like and are packaged as if they are new mattresses, and some of them might well be fresh out of a manufacturing unit. But as I said, you can't tell what's in it. You can't tell that they're, claiming how many springs they've got in it or the type of fillings that they've got in it. You need to be, there are so many reputable manufacturers and retailers out there who are being, disserviced by these fraudsters.
Ian emails, I run Sleepwell in Guildford. I would never touch this rubbish. These are known as, in the trade as re-sleeves. The suppliers come round in lorries offering these mattresses at a massive reduction on the wholesale price. They also take away your old ones free. And there are two types, he says. The material is removed and the springs reused. Or number two, the main covering is removed with a new cover replacing it, which is very cheap to do. And with the memory foam mattresses, they put any old foam on top of the old springs and make vast profits. Everyone's now thinking, is this their mattress? Now, Vic Smith is in Southgate. I'm nervous now, Vic. Are you going to be a real person?
I am a real person.
That's good.
For
Not
my
like
sins.
So you're a mattress retailer.
We are indeed. We
And-
have two shops, one in Southgate, one in Enfield.
Okay, and it's really difficult for the customer, this, isn't it? Because apart from the giveaway on the price tag, how do you tell?
It's straightforward. If it's coming from the back of a van, then 9 times out of 10 it's dodgy. We've had people that have tried to imitate our firm by using white vans and some stick-on letters and pretending that, because we're well known in this area, if they knock on someone's door and someone opens the door and sees a van with our, or the words Vic Smith Beds on, they presume it has come from us as opposed to our sign-written vans. So we've been copied. It's really coming across heavily now from the States, which is where it originated from. But you just don't buy off the back of a van. You don't know the origin of that mattress. It could have come from a skip, side of a road, fly tipping. Cats could have urinated on it. You just don't take a chance.
It's
fire eggs.
Yeah.
It's just not worth.
Difficult for you as a business person to find they're actually counterfeiting your business name.
Well, yes, it is difficult, but luckily one of the houses that got knocked on was an old customer of ours by a fluke, and they rang us to sort of say what was going on, and the people in question got a little visit themselves from the police. They obviously weren't too impressed with the fact that we've obviously shut them down, but they just got a fine, and we presume they're up and trading again, because the machinery comes around from recovering from firms that have suffered in the recession, bed manufacturers. The machinery is sold cheap because it's very exclusive who wants bed manufacturing equipment. So because of that, it's gone cheap. Someone's bought it, seen a hole in the market, and making lots of money out of naive public that are thinking they're getting a bargain.
Vic Smith in Southgate, North London. Thank you. Jessica, thanks for your warnings.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Cheers. Jessica Alexander.